Hey there, how's it going? This is me, T-Dude, also known as Tino here, and welcome to my year in review of 2020. So I got to do one last year for 2019 and just sprout out whatever it is. This is mainly just more of a personal videos of mine, where I just kind of just reminisce of what happened in 2020. So let's do that again, since, oof, 2020, alright. So let's just start from the beginning of 2020. So I remember hanging out with some friends, where one of my friends messaged me at around like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. on December 31st of 2019. Be like, yo, can you come downtown and meet up with me? While I was with another friend, and I'm like, sure. So the start of 2020 was just me in downtown and just seeing the surplus of people that a usual New Year's Eve and day celebration is. And with that came January in terms of G-Anime. I got to go to G-Anime, thankfully, in retrospect. Since in Gatineau, G-Anime Winter Edition was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I got to hang out with my friend Logan, who's known as Prince Siren on Instagram, and they've been such an awesome friend to me, where they let me stay over at the place in Gatineau, and or actually in Ottawa, and since they're pretty close together. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun with the convention setting. Of course, it was my first convention of the 2020 year. Got to do some photo shoots, got to do some video shoots, got to hang out with a lot of people, had some awesome fun memories. I'll probably put some pictures and stuff somewhere on the screen, some videos to reminisce of all the cool stuff I got to do. And yeah, just overall, it was just a fun time. February hits, and I got to go to LAN ETS 2020, which was the big gaming event in Montreal, where a bunch of esports competitive stuff happens for Rocket League and League of Legends and Counter-Strike Go and all sorts of stuff. I was working with MontrealGaming.com, and I was lucky enough to have some people with me to film the event. It massively helped out with having multiple people to help out with filming, because I can't be... I was usually just a one-man camera crew during these events. So in the last year of 2020 and actually more so 2019, I got to just have a few people with me to film these gaming events. With that, I also got to do some small cosplay stuff here with the video that I'll probably showcase somewhere on the screen again. And with that, LAN ETS was just a good fun time, honestly. It was just a fun time to do. Oh, I got my new laptop, I remember. So from a cosplayer friend, so that was really neat. Too bad that with the rest of the year, I thought the laptop that I was going to be using throughout the whole entire year was not going to be used all that often. But hey, I got a pretty cool laptop, so there's that. Oh, I also got to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie in theaters on day one on February 14th on Valentine's Day. So yay. It was a lot of fun movie. It was a fun movie to watch. It was great. I got the Blu-ray and everything now. And man, that journey of that movie was so fun, wasn't it? But yeah, I honestly really enjoyed it, and it was just a great film to watch. It was family-friendly Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It was great. So February kind of ends. I got to do a photo shoot here and there, where in 2019, I really came to my own with discovering photo shoots as a big thing I could do. And I was kind of planning to do more like that, kind of. But still kind of focusing on the cosplay convention videos. And then March hits. So from my point of view, what happened with everything of the starting of the pandemic. So I was working in my game testing job, and we got the message initially for the virus that was coming, pretty much. And initially they were like, let's just spread people out and still work in our offices. again, this is very early in the pandemic stuff, since it just hit in Montreal, which is where I live. And then eventually the Quebec government was like, hey, everyone that's not essential, just go home, just leave, get out. Yeah, it was quite a surreal experience, to say the least, for many people, including me. That point in time was so jarring. It was so weird. It was, honestly kind of sad and depressing at points, where I remember a friend gave me a copy of God of War on PS4, and I literally just played that game for like a month and a half and platinumed it. So I completed it 100%, and it was a fun game. It was awesome. But like, yeah, it was quite odd, because that was when I got like temporarily laid off from my job, because my job was, I had to work in an office with video games, right? And while I'm really lucky enough that I got like all these video games behind me and stuff, and I'm up to date with my current gen consoles, at least at one time, that, yeah, it was quite surreal to be like, I don't know if I still have a job or not. And luckily, about a month and a half later, my company contacted me and be like, yeah, so we got a job for you. We're going to be sending you a PC to work and set up some VPNs and all that kind of stuff. So like, really, kudos to my company for at least providing that and still being able to work, because money was going to be an issue. Right. Now that I think about it, with March, one key thing that I almost forgot about was WrestleMania. So if you didn't know or not, I'm a really big wrestling fan. And every year I would invite my friends over to watch WrestleMania. And it was going to be like a Super Bowl style type of, like party, pretty much. Get my friends over, get some sushi, pizza, whatever. It was going to be awesome. It would be great. And then, can't really go outside, can ya? That's how I really discovered that Discord has been such a big and vital, important communication tool for me. So, without Discord, it was the central place for me to contact my best friends. And pretty much I screen shared my screen of WrestleMania for them to watch while we all watched it on the 2-day event. Especially since I was also going to have a friend who she also went to a wrestling show with me on December of 2019, and I was really looking forward for her to come over to my place to watch the show. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, but she ended up watching it with us on Discord as well. So really thank her for doing that. Thank my friends for doing it as well, because it was such a weird experience to watch WrestleMania, the biggest wrestling show of the year, which is supposed to have like 70,000 fans in attendance, and then just no one's in attendance. It's in a warehouse. Yeah, that's WrestleMania for you this year. So with March and April and May kind of like in that section in the spring, it was quite crazy, and I kind of realized really early on that, like, oh no, I need to actually like move, because I would commute to work via like bus and metro. So I was like walking to my work and stuff, and with me just being in my home for the majority of the time, I don't have any actual physical exercise. So this was the year that I took advantage of with actually exercising. Funny enough, I think I actually kind of started exercising, or at least starting the seeds of it, around like February or so, where I felt like I wasn't really exercising as much as I would have liked to. So I started doing small stuff of like push-ups, and then I got my old DVD copy of DDPY yoga and got to do yoga. And once it was kind of like a little bit more safer to kind of go outside and it was a little bit more warmer, I got to run around a nearby track in my park, and I got to take up running. And once gyms was kind of like slightly okay to kind of go back to, I hired a personal trainer and got to exercise in a gym, which is something that I would have never actually expected to do. It was honestly really cool that I was like taking charge of my life in terms of my health and actually exercising. And it's really cool to have people see you. If like sometimes I'll see like friends here and there, and they'll notice that like, oh yeah, your face is like slimmer and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. That's a really nice feeling to have, that like people are recognizing that I've been exercising. I've been keeping track of it on my Instagram, which you can follow me on Instagram, by the way. And with that, it was honestly really cool to like have a bit of a goal and a routine to where I would go to the gym twice a week with the help of my personal trainer. And I have to thank my personal trainer Sasha for really helping me out there, because I would not go as hard as he does for me in terms of like exercising, because gosh darn, the first 2 to 3 weeks I was just gasping for air, just so like tired, gassed out, because like he was putting me for the pages. And honestly, I kind of didn't need it, because I'm like, well, I need to work out, right? So again, I'm really happy that I got to do that. And unfortunately, as of right now, in Montreal, lockdown has happened again, starting around the fall. I couldn't really go to the gym anymore, but I've been trying to keep up with my exercises through Ring Fit Adventure, which I purchased during the summer, because I remember that was like a really big game that people were trying to keep themselves active, right? And the past year, 2020, I remember just looking up listings of Ring Fit Adventure and like, oh man, like people like really scalping this game, something like that. But I was in EB Games and I found a Ring Fit Adventure copy and like, yeah, it's great. So yeah, Ring Fit Adventure, there it is. I had so much fun with this thing, and like I'm trying to do this game, or trying to play this game as much as I can, but of course sometimes busy with whatever. But I'm really happy that like this game is a thing, and I feel like it's a good, adequate like exercise that I could do. I still have to incorporate more running and stuff, but it's winter time, it's like snowy and stuff, so I can't really, like, I could run out, but it's snow. But again, this thing has been like really helpful in the past few months now, so really recommend this game. It's awesome. It's super great. So around May time, again, my birthday was in May, so I had like a lot of people say happy birthday and stuff, so thank you very much for that. And I think that was when I was contacted. No, I think it was more in June, but around May or June time, I got contacted on my LinkedIn profile where, funny enough, some recruiter was like, hey, we know that you're a game tester and we would like to recruit you with the recommendation of some fellow coworkers to become a test lead for us, where basically it's more money and better benefits. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I basically got a better paying job in the middle of a pandemic, which is quite odd to say the least. So yeah, I actually, as of right now, I still have not been to the actual office in Montreal for my new company that I've been working for. And it's quite odd that I have to do everything via a Skype or Discord or whatever kind of like social messaging thing. And yeah, it's really cool and awesome that I'm now a test lead and I'm working my way up the corporate ladder, seems to make more money and have more responsibility. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm really happy with my job situation as right now, because I didn't really know if I was going to have a job when the pandemic started, and I've been very fortunate and lucky enough that pretty much I've been working from home from around the end of April to now. So again, like, if anything, 2020 has been such a very weird, odd, sad, depressing year, but I really made the most out of it. And what I mean most out of it, not only it was through exercising, I also got to complete my driving courses. So I was really hoping that by the end of this year, I was going to get my road test done so I can get my probationary license, so I actually like fully drive, but that's going to happen in February of 2021. So looking forward to doing that. And also just like having some weird odd benefits in terms of like the credit card debt is going down. Hey, so that's cool. And one of the big things that I didn't really know that I was going to be doing in terms of the content of this YouTube channel and also the content on my social media platforms was my whole thing is about cosplay, but I don't cosplay myself. I am the one that is filming or doing pictures of other cosplayers. So yeah, it was kind of hard to be like, what do I do? And I remember during those early months of the pandemic, I got to do a virtual photo shoot where I took this idea from another photographer on Instagram. And for this kind of unique thing, I basically just took a picture of a cosplayer and kind of dressed up the set. I'll show some pictures and stuff, but it was a lot of fun to do that sort of stuff, and basically kept me busy making content while also posting old pictures from 2019 and stuff that I haven't done so already. But when the start of the summer happened was when COVID was kind of slightly on the downturn, and I got to hang out with some friends through like social distancing and everything. And I really cherished the time during the summer that I got to actually do photo shoots. It's been such a weird and unique year in terms of me being more of a video guy that I took photography so much more seriously and really diving headfirst into it, especially since in convention videos, I would just ask everyone, be like, hey, you want to be part of my video? Cool. For this year, I got to work alongside with so many awesome cosplayers and so many awesome people, you know, with Saley cosplay and Luna Moon, Tokenlina, Nekomaru, Momo cosplay, Miel cos, so many different people that I got to work with, and I'll probably just show pictures just everywhere of like a bunch of pictures I got to do this year. And one of my key highlights of 2020 was I had the really awesome, gosh darn it thing. All right. Anyways, so I had a really awesome opportunity to do a photo shoot based off of Castlevania on Netflix, where my friend Tokenlina, she wanted to do a cosplay photo shoot, and I somehow managed to get access to an escape room location where we got to do a photo shoot in this dungeon, and we brought a couple people along as well. One of them being Luna Moon cosplay, who cosplayed as Hector. Tokenlina cosplayed as Lenore. There you go, got it. And Punk Rock Geek was the helper of ours, and all four of us had a blast with this time and just making awesome pictures. It was so much fun. The director of the Castlevania Netflix series actually responded to our posts or our pictures, and it was like, "Oh my god, it was so great, it's awesome!" Crying emojis everywhere. It's like, really, it was really awesome to have that like senpai noticed me kind of moment. As dumb as it is, but like it was honestly such a great and fun time. And I think now that I really realize back, that was kind of the catalyst for August being so busy for me, because I got to do like so many photo shoots. Again, all of them were outside, all of them was like socially distanced, and we were all very careful with, you know, everything around us. But again, I was very, very happy with the time that I got to spend with these people who I had so much fun with, just being able to hang out, especially in the start of March to around June, where I basically didn't really see anyone except for, like, you know, my parents and family who live here. So like, it was, I did not take that for granted, where those photo shoots were really special to me this year because I got to discover photography being such a fun thing to do, with working alongside with these awesome people, getting to travel around as little as I can and around Montreal, and just again having so much fun. I cannot thank the friends that I've got to make alongside this year, and especially with how hard it was to connect with people sometimes. I remember thinking when this pandemic started, I was like, I have to make a very conscious effort to connect with my friends, because it could very easily be lonely when you're just not seeing people's faces. So I was very happy during the summer when I got to do that with a bunch of people and got to work alongside with so many awesome people. Like, again, I can't stress enough how happy that made me this past year. And one of the key highlights of this past year was I got to reconnect and work alongside with Luna Moon Cosplay. Luna Moon Cosplay is just what I like to think, a bundle of fun of a person who they have been so energetic with every photo shoot that we have been a part of. We, I think, have now worked alongside with each other at least 8 or 9 times this past 2020 here. And gosh, there was so much like really awesome photos I got to do alongside Luna. And with the friends that came along the way and stuff, this was such a fun time. And I can't thank Luna Moon Cosplay enough for this year being so much fun, because they are the reason why, to me, was one of the big highlights of 2020. Which then I almost forgot that Castlevania photo shoot was the reason why I got to be involved in my first ever magazine, where my photos were featured in Cosplay Double Double magazine. So this is the first time ever that, again, my photos were in any sort of publication like that. So I have to thank the awesome people who are responsible for Cosplay Double Double for, you know, letting me submit my photos, and also for Tokulina and Luna Moon Cosplay for letting me, you know, with their permission, use those pictures. And they were so happy and excited, and it's like, it was so cool. So I really hope I get to do more stuff like that in the future of 2021, where I get to submit my photos in more publications like that. So we'll see. So with all of that, let me just go down like a really probably short or long list, or just rapid fire list of a lot of things that I just want to detail. Of like, got to play Sea of Thieves with my best friends, and I thought Sea of Thieves was really cool. Never thought about that, but hey, it was awesome. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was, again, one of the constant video games I got to play this past year, and just always being excited for a new character was just a lot of fun. Oh, hold on a sec. I bought a Samsung Gear VR this year, and you're probably thinking to yourself, why did you buy this thing instead of a Oculus Rift or a HTC Vive? And it's because it was the cheapest option. And also because I wanted a picture or video of the name of my credits in a video game that is in this thing. So, hooray. Which then also kind of includes the fact that my name's in the credits of Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, hey, awesome. That's great. I got to be on a podcast this year, so that's awesome. Thank you very much to Shots by GL 514, where we just got to talk about whatever, from cameras to exercise to anything. So I highly suggest checking out the episodes I'm in and more episodes on his podcast, because it's a lot of fun. It's great. Oh, here's a fun story. So I managed to get a copy of Leap of Fate limited edition on PS4. So yeah, this thing. So why am I telling the story of how I got this game? Well, one, I remember meeting the devs many years ago at a Montreal Independent Games Festival and thought the game was super cool. I managed to get a free copy from them on Steam, and when I saw this thing, I was like, wow, I didn't know they'd make a special edition, like a physical version of PS4. I knew that there was a PS4 version, I just didn't know like this package was a thing. And I soon discovered in this pawn shop that I bought it from, where it came with like a certificate of authenticity or whatever, and they only made like a limited number of these things, I think like 5,000 or something, and it was written sample on it. So I was like, oh my god, did I get something really like rare or something? That's so crazy. It doesn't have any sort of numbered on it. And I tweeted that on Twitter. The devs found it, and it's like, oh, where did you get this? And I was like, oh, I got it from Pawn Shop. And they're like, oh, yeah, months ago we got robbed from our studio, so yeah, I probably have a this was not the pawn shop people probably didn't get this legitimate, is from what I got, but I offered to like give them back to them, since again, apparently some of their stock was robbed, but there was like, no, clearly you really like the game, so it's fine. And I really do love this game. This game is a lot of fun. It's on Steam, it's on PS4, so I highly suggest like getting this. It's a good, awesome, like top-down like shooter. So again, it's really cool. Get it. Awesome. Oh, man, I almost forgot. I got to technically cosplay 2 times this year. I got to play as a zombie in a photo shoot for a Resident Evil photo shoot in the past summer, where with the awesome people like Sheena, Valkyrie cosplay, Lady X0, and I think Eric as well. He was the photographer on hand, and a bunch of others. I got to be a part of a really awesome Resident Evil photo shoot as a zombie, and got to put zombie makeup on myself, and that was quite the fun, weird experience. But hey, it was so much fun just being in front of the camera instead of behind the camera. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that time with that photo shoot. It was great. The second thing was I got to dress up as an Among Us crew member for Halloween. So I bought a costume. One of the actually, the reason why I got the costume was because I was planning on some sort of Among Us fan film, which I hope may still or still not work. We'll see. But I got to dress up as like an astronaut pretty much and act as one of the Among Us crew members, and it was a lot of fun. It was some dumb pictures and stuff, but hey, I think I look pretty cool, so I got to use my backdrop for the first time, so that's nice. But yeah, again, it was a lot of fun to do these like photos and stuff, and I definitely see how cosplayers just love the cosplay hobby, where you get to dress up as whatever. So again, it was a lot of fun. Got to watch a lot more Netflix series, anime, and movies that I haven't be able to watch previously. Like, for example, got to watch Gladiator for the first time and Braveheart. So hey, which actually, funny enough, the reason why was because me and my friends on Discord, we were discussing about movies, and there were just tons of movies that I have not seen that are like, why didn't you see this? Oh my god! So I made a list of movies that I had not seen before, and I've been slowly going through it, but I got to see a bunch of new movies I haven't seen, like Speed and Willy Wonka and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and the original one, not the Johnny Depp one. And yeah, just had a lot of fun with that. Got to watch Tiger King. Got to watch Attack on Titan for the first time. So hey, got to watch the new Inuyasha sequel anime series, Yashahime, which you should totally watch because Inuyasha is the best. Heck yeah, Inuyasha's the best. Watch it, yeah. And with like tons of things I'm probably forgetting or whatever, around the last month or so has been, again, kind of a humbling and really a heartwarming month where this was the first time in a long time. Actually, I think it was the first time that I got to send gifts and presents to my friends who, as you know, for the holidays and stuff, and I got to give them some really cool, awesome stuff, and just thank a bunch of people. Like there's so many people I would like to thank, and I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll make a list, maybe not, but again, for the people that I've gotten to speak to, got to connect with, got to hang out with, any sort of physical interaction, I am so happy that I got to do that this past year, since there was tons of really shitty things that happened in the past year, from Australia burning, to the pandemic, to the Black Lives Matter stuff, to the US election being stressful as all hell, and so many things in between, where like a lot of big key things happened in 2020, and there was always something around the corner that either made it more and more shitty. But when I look back at this year, I think of like, I am very fortunate of the life that I have right now, where I got to spend time with friends, I got a better paying job, I got to exercise more, debts are going down. I feel like, I'll get my driver's license soon. Everything in my life right now in the last year has been working towards me getting better in some way, shape, or form. And in a weird way, the pandemic is kind of a result of that. I have a feeling of what would have happened if the pandemic wasn't going to be a thing. I was probably going to go to like 12 different conventions in 2020. I was going to go to YetiCon and have a blast. I was going to go to NeshiCon. Of course I'm going to be going to OtakuCon and Montreal Comic Con. And I probably would have made a lot more YouTube videos, for sure. And again, that's all what ifs. And that didn't happen in 2020. What did happen though was a lot of stuff, but for my life, it was a significant year. I think it was definitely a significant year for a lot of people. No matter if people didn't do anything or capitalize on the opportunity, whatever it is, 2020 was a very hard year for a lot of people, including me as well. You know, there's definitely points where like I'm just thinking, God, man, like what could have been. But I'm really thankful for myself in terms of just trying to capitalize on, like, trying to make good out of a bad situation. And I really hope that if you've seen this video throughout the last, I don't know how many minutes or so, and you're towards the end of this video, that I hope that you guys, take care of yourselves, that you plan and try to just figure out what you want to do. And I basically did that. I was really surprised at myself at points where I got to do all this sort of stuff in the last year, which I never would have expected to do. So with all the really awesome positive things that I've gotten to do, I'm so thankful for that. Again, I'm basically repeating myself, but again, I can't thank I'm going to try to thank so many people, and just to say thank you so much for, well, first off, watching the end of this video, and thank you for whoever that I got to meet and work alongside with, or just hang out with. So, Alright, that's pretty much it. 2021, I don't know what's going to happen in 2021. I think I made some sort of like New Year's resolution plans of whatever in the last video of 2019, but I don't know. I'll probably do more photo shoots. I hope to do more videos. We'll see. I don't know what is going to happen in 2021, but if you follow along on my journey, I know that it's going to be awesome. So, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you next year's Year in Review. See ya.